hit is squeamish. Friday nights be gleaming. We stay hype with guys like no matter what, cause we queenin'. Hey, we queenin'. We queenin'. When them other chicks be scheming, we stay hype cause we queenin'.
With them queens and I'm feeling, throw them hands up. Got a crown on my head, no we can't be touched.
What up, everyone? Hey, Nite Hypers.
Hello, it's your hype homegirl, #swaggy.
And DJ Missy E.
And it is the Nite Hype Show.
Yes, it is.
The
The podcast. And we're here at Rebel Cuts.
Of course.
AKA, if you on the barber, she is not here at the moment.
But it's her birthday. Oh my gosh.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. And you know, it's so fitting because this is International Women's Month.
Ooh. It is.
And we got an international adult woman in the house. Give it up for Miss Rochinda Pickens.
An adult woman.
Okay.
Yes. A kept woman.
A kept woman. Because let me tell y'all this. I love this. What a segue. So I was just telling her we kind of do pre-interviews before we do interviews. But I used to see her driving around with this car that said KPTEWMN. And I don't know, I'm just big on license plates. I be feeling like God used them to talk to me and stuff like that. So I seen it one day and I'm like, oh, kept women, a guy, okay, kept woman. I'm trying to be kept like that. Lord, I bet her husband bought them tags. I bet you they be going out kicking it, you know what I'm saying? She probably real fly with it, which she is. But tell us about being a kept woman of God, because obviously it's just like a glow up or something.
Goodness. Being a kept woman of God is nothing like it.
Okay.
So when you're looking at me, you're like, okay, what is she? Is she going to put some oil on it? Right.
Just the water. Okay.
Bless y'all. Okay, you know what? Being a kept woman of God, the thing about it is a lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's a lifestyle.
I be taking notes to
And
my
see, the
interviews.
thing about
Y'all
it
know
is, I tell people all the time, it's not a moment. It's not a weekend. It's not a day. It's a lifestyle.
Yes.
It's a lifestyle. And kept woman of God is for us to know who our keeper is. Yes. And I tell people all the time, look, being a kept woman and a kept woman of God, we look the same on the outside. You can't tell
Make it plain, girl. Make it plain.
I mean, we look the same on the outside.
Yeah.
The difference is the kept woman of God is clean on the inside. And the thing about it is, as women, when we say we represent being a kept woman, we need to really understand who our keeper is.
Yeah.
And some people are like, well, what do you mean who your keeper is? Who's keeping you?
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of times as women, we're kept by money. We kept by the cars. We kept by men. We kept by sex. We kept by alcohol. We kept by a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff, man.
And the thing about it is, I can talk about that is because I've been there.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, I haven't been kept by all of those things, but I have been kept.
Yeah.
And so I can stand before all women and say, I understand what you're going through, but I can tell you right now how you can really represent being a kept woman of God and have all of those things.
All of them, because she got some gifts, y'all. I'm telling you. Mentor, life coach, speaker, host, and just made the national best-selling authors list, right?
Yes.
International Women's Month. You can't tell me nothing. That's amazing. And you said you haven't been kept by all those things, but do you feel like it has been a journey? And talk a little bit about that. Like, what got you to the point that says, you know what, even if I'm not kept by this, the men, the cars, the clothes, I'm kept by God, and that's enough. Because I tell you, us as younger women, or, you know, younger adult women coming up, and, you know, we kind of in the middle. We coming from our ratchet days, trying to enter into, like, our classy days. And so, you know, we don't understand what it means to be beautiful on the inside, in the outside, and actually, you know, live that as a lifestyle. So what was that transition like
the transition for me was actually hitting rock bottom, being broken.
Jesus.
And the thing about it is, if I can stop you from going through all of those things that I've been through, that I need to stand in my truth and speak on that. And a lot of times we don't realize that we're broken because we're doing what we know. We doing what we're used to doing. And so for me, I had to backtrack. I had to go back to the beginning.
Yeah.
The beginning of that 9-year-old girl that was raised by a single mom.
Yeah.
Watching her dad chase women.
Yeah.
Watching her dad take care of other folks.
Yeah.
So when you're young, you are being shaped and molded by what you see. And so as I took on all of that, as I start getting older, I'm like, I can have somebody take care of me. My dad did it. Okay, I can have the nice cars.
Yeah.
I love the bling bling. You know, so you kind of get you. I didn't know who I was.
Yeah.
And so what happens is life happens. You just keep going along, doing what's normal. You know, by the time I hit 18, I was pregnant. Had my first child.
First at 19.
And again, think about it. You know, if you've been watching your father from afar, and he's not in the household. Then all of a sudden I get pregnant, and this man, he's like so that's another rejection.
Right. Well,
So
how they say mama's babies, daddy's maybes.
Right. And the thing about it is, I kept going, kept going. I got married when I was 24 years old. And in my mind, I'm like, I'm not going to be like my mom and not have a husband in the house.
Girl, tell my testimony. Just tell it. Just tell it.
That was me. I'm like, look, I have a 3-year-old and I'm going to get married one day, but I want someone to take care of me.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, when you're getting married, you don't get married just so someone can take care of you, so they can provide for you.
Yeah. Right.
So I entered into this marriage. And the thing about it is, it wasn't bad. I loved my late husband. I was married to him for 20 years. But I know how I entered into it.
Yeah, your mind state already just going into. Let me tell you, because it's funny, and a lot of people probably don't know this about me, but that literally is like my story. You know, we're down South Baptist girl, tried to do the right thing because feeling like, you know, without having my dad in my life, at least if I was always doing the right thing, somebody was always saying, well, good job, even if it was my mom, my dad, or something like that. So you get older and, you know, I get pregnant right out of high school, had to leave college. And I'm sitting there, you know, I'm just thinking to myself, like, well, to do the right thing, I don't want to shack up. Right. You know how, girl, down south shacking up.
Right.
Like, they made me stand up in front of the church, y'all, and apologize. Like, this is how down south, you know what I'm saying, we're talking about. So, got married about, 20, was divorced by 21. We had been together like 4 years, you know, sweethearts. Got out of high school, got pregnant in college, and then was married for like 6 months and divorced because I went into the mind frame like, if this didn't work out, that's cool. I can just get a divorce. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt like I'm still young. Okay. And if you're not going to live up to the standard of keeping me or providing for me, I might as well be single. Okay. I might as well be out here doing whatever. But that's not marriage. That's not what it's really about. But being young and wanting to be kept, that's what I thought.
Right. And you thought that was normal.
Normal.
And it was like, okay, I can go through this.
Yes.
I can go through this. And now, how long were you married? How long
6 months.
6 months.
Yes.
And you're like, okay, I'm going to go through this. I'm going to go through this. The thing about it is, for me, I was married for 20 years.
Wow.
Stay home mom.
Yeah.
Had 3 children. Didn't want for anything.
Yeah.
I was taken care of. My thing is, went through all of this and I still wasn't happy on the inside. But I didn't know I wasn't happy on the inside.
You didn't accept it.
Because you was living life.
You was living life.
What was going on day by day, not even registering what's going on in your heart.
No, and you're just like, okay, I'm going through it. I'm going through it.
Yeah.
I'm skipping through it because it is so much.
Yeah.
It's so much, but I want to talk to you about when I finally woke up.
Yeah, when it's like that
light went on and you like,
said, okay.
Like, okay. Because I'm going to tell you, I was that child that folks talked about. You bullied, you chased me home.
Yeah.
All of that stuff. So the thing about it is, I was broken, insecure
for a long time.
long time.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, as women, we can walk around and we can act like we got it all together with that mask on our
That
face.
makeup, you know what I'm saying? Them Instagram pictures, some fly, that frontal, and boy, be on the inside hurt as day. Big sad because they ain't got 270 likes, and usually, you know what I'm saying, they get 500. So, yes, and it's crazy because even at your age, that's still... what do you call it? Like, that's still a routine. That's still something in us as women that we deal with.
Absolutely. Because in your mind, you're like, I can fix it by these things.
Yeah.
I can fix it by makeup. I can fix it by money, or somebody else can fix it. And the thing about it is, until you really understand who you are and who is keeping you, that's when the transition starts taking place.
Oh, God.
And so for me, I lost everything. Was in a car accident. Late husband passed. I'm like, this man been taking care of me for 20 years. I'm lost. I'm confused. I'm like, I got 3 children to raise.
At this
That's when I went rock bottom to like, Lord, you know what? Help me. And a lot of times, when God is tapping you on your shoulder and you ignoring all of those signs.
Every single last one of them.
Absolutely. And so finally, I'm like...
to where he smack you like
you're sitting there like...
Dang, God, you have to hit me that hard.
Sometimes he do. He gotta hit you hard.
He do.
And my thing is, I talk a lot about life after death.
Okay.
And I chose life.
Yeah.
My thing is, I told my children, we're going to move forward, but we're going to get it right.
That
we're
part.
We're going to get it right.
Yes.
You know what?
Yes.
That is where I am at in my life. Like, talk about legacy, generational, not curses, but, just generational purpose, and just to hand down something other than, the insecurities, the rejection, the pain that tends to happen in our community.
Yes.
We don't think about, I love this rhyme in Beyonce song, Night. She says, my great grandchildren already rich. That's a lot of brown children on your Forbes list. And I can only imagine if you wouldn't have stopped at that point and said, no, I'm not just going to keep going through this. Keep going through cycle. Like, if I'm going to go for it, I'm going to get it right.
We're going to get it right.
Period.
It right.
Period.
and it was like, okay, Lord, what do I need to do?
Amen.
And the thing about it is, in order for us to release a lot of that stuff, we got to surrender and turn it over.
Yeah.
And sometimes we don't want to turn it over. We're like, wait a minute, I'm used to this, so I'm going to hold on to it.
Right.
I said, Lord, I'm going to turn it all over. I'm broken.
Yeah.
I'm insecure. I'm sorry. I had to apologize. And a lot of times folks don't want to apologize.
No,
not to the Lord.
Not at all.
You want to apologize to the Lord. You want to apologize to all these folks.
Yeah.
And sometimes some people think, do I got to pick up the telephone and call them? You don't have to, but if you can, pick it up and say, I'm sorry, I was wrong. Because sometimes we go through things and we don't even realize the perception. We're thinking one thing and it's another.
Can you bless the listeners?
Yeah.
I tell people this all the time.
You're like,
girl, like I feel like that literally is what is wrong with society right now. We do not take the time to think about how people perceive us and what's perceived back from what we give to people.
Right.
It's okay if you didn't mean what you say. You know what they say, it's not what you say, it's how you say
how
it.
you say it.
It's okay that, if I came in here and I was late, Lord forgive me. And and I was the one
was late.
for real, and I was the one that had the attitude instead of thinking about your time or what you had to do or how that could come off. People don't do that anymore. They're not aware and they're not go-givers of goodness anymore unless they feel like something could come back to them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And my thing is, as a young woman back then, if I'm insecure and I'm like, I'm shy, I'm thinking if you might say something to me, you don't know that I'm insecure.
Girl,
you don't know that I'm
people
struggling.
keep coming out here preaching. I don't have time.
I mean, you don't know it.
Seriously, you don't know what I'm going through personally.
And I'm sitting here like, well, why did she say that to me? You have no idea my struggle.
Right.
And that's why I tell women, go back to the beginning.
Yeah.
Go back to the beginning of why you have issues with
those
this.
triggers.
Absolutely. And then once you realize that was the trigger and you're like, okay, I'm going to work on that.
Let me not take it so personally.
Absolutely. Let me move forward.
I'm ready to go ham for no reason at all.
Because they don't know.
They don't know.
You know? But
Amen.
again, but when we have these masks on, we're walking around like everything's normal. The next thing you know, you're like, I didn't do anything to her. And what's happening, the trigger is from years ago.
Yep. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to tell you right now, I don't like to be ignored. I don't care who you are. I tell her I don't like people to send me the thumbs up inbox on Facebook.
And it's a reason. Why is that?
Girl, because my ex, when we was funking, would send me the thumbs up. No, don't play with me. I just sent you a 4-page letter. Why are you thumbs upping me? Why are you ignoring me? And so everybody to this day, I tell them, don't thumbs up me. It's nothing against you.
Right. And
just
they're like,
yeah, I wish my best friend was here just still.
Because she just gave me a thumbs up today.
And I erased it.
And then she erased it, but you could tell she erased it. I was like, okay, you didn't have to erase the thumbs up.
But did she tell? Do you tell?
I told her years ago.
I know the situation.
To this day, she will not see me. Like, she sent it to me one time, and we went to the radio, and I said, DJ, please never send me a thumbs up. Like, literally, when she sent it, a little jolt of anger went through me, and it wasn't even towards her. And so I had to break it down. But that's true. We don't let people know our triggers, what can hurt us. And then even when we do, people don't listen enough to work around that. They don't.
Or just really be considerate.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yep.
That's consideration. Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
But the thing about it is, being a kept woman of God, man, life is so good. The freedom.
Okay.
And the thing about it is, you are free. Right. No more shackles. no more pain. No more chains. No more bondage. Because I am free.
Yes, Lord.
It is nothing like it.
Yeah.
And I'll tell a sister, I'm like, I understand what you've been through. You know, I've been a single mom.
Yeah.
I've been broke. Had to raise kids by myself.
Yeah.
You
been
dealt with
cheated
that family.
on, been talked about, been a widow.
Yes.
And God blessed me to marry again.
Amen.
After all that.
It's life after death.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I tell my husband now, I said, you got me at my best. And so that man
if that ain't no words.
Yes.
Yeah.
We gotta stop sitting around waiting. And you know what? I was guilty of that for a long time. Because how long you been married?
Maybe 12 years this year.
12 years.
Oh, Lord, I don't know, a 12-minute relationship. I can't get a text back in 12 minutes.
But like everybody says,
at your best,
see that outside.
you got it. You know, I remind she tell just keep working on yourself. And just
Absolutely.
keep doing what
and when
you're
you
doing.
work on yourself, you are like, I'm whole.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know, you don't have to sit around and say, I'm looking and I'm a fine.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, it's gonna come to you.
Yeah, they coming.
They're gonna come, but again,
I believe it.
No. I'm saying they coming.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know which one of them it is, but yes, they. I see a glow up.
We're like, well, what you praying for?
Well,
She said, well, what happened was
She got a lot on her list.
I've
seen the list.
I got a lot on there, but what I do know is that because what I know, like you said about your own self, being aware of what I did wrong in my relationship with my husband and what I wasn't prepared for. I know now that I can't settle because I don't want to hurt anybody else the way that I did with him, you know? Right. And so now I am a little bit more conscious or cautious about moving forward or really getting serious because I know how that can affect somebody in long term.
Right.
You
Now,
know?
and as far as your foundation,
Yeah.
make sure your foundation is right.
Right.
Yeah.
And I tell people all the time, get your foundation strong because,
yes, ma'am.
you know, everybody like, oh, marriage, we love marriage. I love being married.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is everybody is not going to be happy every day.
Day, girl.
And
That's right.
you might not
And
like
love
him
is a choice.
tomorrow.
It is a choice.
You still going to love him, but that don't mean you're going to say, I'm going to bail out of
Okay,
this. You're like, look,
Yeah, I
My
ain't gonna make
foundation
you
gotta be
breakfast
right.
today because you made me mad.
Absolutely. You better go on up in that kitchen and make them something.
Oh,
And just-
God.
And be singing.
Yes.
Saying no
smile
more
and everything.
shackles,
Yes.
no more pain.
Yes.
You know what? I bought myself a fake engagement ring and I lost it after 2 days. So I got some work to do. But I just love it's just so amazing when you meet great women and you know what I'm saying? I love all women, but it's just something about my sisters and especially, ones who have been where we at or where we're trying to get to. Where did the author come in at? When did you do that, girl? Because Jesus,
let me tell you, and that's the thing. That is the thing. I'm up here stuttering like that's the thing. I had no intentions
of
on
ever
writing a book. No,
ever.
No, I was.
She got two
happy.
of them at this point.
I was happy with my life. I enjoyed being a stay-home mom. Take care of my children.
Yeah.
Take them to soccer, track, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That was fine. God had a different plan for me. And he said, I'm going to take you through some stuff.
Yeah.
And what you went through is not for you.
It's for somebody.
else.
I be mad about that. Do you not get mad about that? Like, God, don't put this on me so I got to have to share it to say somebody.
You better. When you surrender your life over to God and say yes, you don't say yes, Lord. But you say yes, Lord. However you want to use me, I say yes.
That's right.
And if it means share my mess, that's what you better do.
That's right.
Even if
Because
I'm too lazy.
Yeah, being too lazy. You like God said,
not too lazy.
You said yes.
No.
Period.
My issue is being stubborn.
Procrastinating. Oh, okay.
I'm very stubborn. Like I can hear the Lord clearly saying, "Go left." I'm like, "Nah, something over here. I gotta go over here real quick. And I'll be right back.
You got your own agenda.
See,
you're like
that's my issue. I know that.
Oh yeah, and see with this book here, I had my first conference in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the thing about it is, before I had that first conference, we were doing Bible studies, growth groups with 6 or 7 women. Just the 2 of us, 3 of us, 6 of us, and we're studying it. And what we were doing is we were talking about everyday life with the Bible. And one study group, we decided we're going to do a vision board. And for me, I want to help women move forward. So how can I hold you accountable if I can't hold myself accountable?
Right.
So I did this vision board. On this vision board, I was going to host my first conference. So I can't be having this vision board sitting around with everybody else saying, okay, what steps are you taking to move forward?
Exactly.
I had to implement that vision board. So I hosted my first conference, 2016 in April.
All right.
So I'm the speaker. So guess what I share? I share my story, my testimony.
Yes, ma'am.
My testimony was this, from being kept to being kept.
Okay.
Bestseller?
I know.
Oh yeah, so I shared it, and the thing about it is, I wasn't planning to write a book at all. We shared it, they videotaped it, we recorded it, and here it is.
Wow.
The next following year, we published it.
That's beautiful.
And the thing about it is, I tell people, I said,
Y'all
it's
say
in
God
black
is real.
and white.
Y'all say God ain't real. Y'all still trying to
Oh, God is real.
All day.
And you know what?
All day.
Those who don't believe God is real, they need to be at the conference.
Okay.
They need to be at the conference
And
because
it's crazy.
We're talking about the Kept Woman of God conference.
Yes.
Release and reset. What's your next move? And this is April 5th through the 6th, 2019 at United Believers Community Church. And if you don't know where that is, let me give you the address. It is 5800 East 112th Terrace, KC Mo 64137. There'll be vendors, lunch, praise party, and so much more.
And you can get tickets at keptwomanofgod.com. www.keptwomanofgod.com. I literally had to look at that because I didn't want to not spell it right.
You got it, bro. You got it.
But that was going to be my next question. Like, what has helped you to get to where you are? But obviously, it's
prayer, being obedient. And the thing about it is, I'm not going to say everything is easy.
Okay.
Because my thing is, you can be going through life and you're like, okay, I'm tired.
Yes.
I'm tired.
Yes, Miss Pickens.
And you're like, okay, I'm tired. And God said, but you said yes.
Yeah.
You said yes, you go. you go and you do
Yeah.
what you're supposed to do. And the thing about it is, kept woman of God is not one person.
Yeah, it's multiples.
Oh my goodness.
And I'll name off all these folks that's going to be at the conference
Yes.
too.
And it's like 3 more that might not be on there, but I'll give you their names too.
Okay. We have Kyra Hopkins, Michelle Edwards, Carlotta Berry.
Yes.
We have Lisa Almond Baldwin, and we have Liza McIntosh.
Leah
Leah
McIntosh.
Leah McIntosh. And is it Lanisa Frazier?
Lanessa Frazier.
And Kelsey Kelly.
Kelsey Kelly. And we have Kimberla Rogers,
Mm.
Denise Patrick, and Michelle Gines.
All right, ladies.
Full house. A
Yeah.
full house. And I tell people, Kept Woman of God is a movement. And God said, you go, you connect with all the women, and you let them see who you are so they can say, you know what, she's just like me.
Yes.
She's no
Yes.
different. She
Yeah.
put her shoes on the same way.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about it is, I represent my father. So it's like, I'm royalty. And I tell women all the time,
Woo,
we're royalty.
queens, baby.
We say,
Okay.
straighten up the
Yes.
crowns,
Yes.
straighten them up.
You don't see it, but it's there.
It's
Okay,
there.
always.
Absolutely. And I'll look over and I'll say, wait a minute. I need you to straighten the crown up.
Yeah.
I don't fuss at you.
No.
I just say, it's just a reminder.
But sometimes that's what we need, because
Yeah.
honestly, you don't even know sometimes
That is falling
that you're
or
off a little
slipping
bit.
or
Absolutely.
yeah.
And
I
when
get
you see that sister walking in looking good, we got to get out of the mindset of a man is keeping her.
Mm.
Because sometimes folks like,
I was
oh,
so
some
ashamed.
man got to be keeping her. Like she
Mhm.
said, her husband bought her that car. It just.
Thank you.
Oh, she got to be
That's
married.
what
Oh, she
people
got to
think.
be with somebody.
Yeah,
you know.
well, I did it. I ain't gonna lie. I said
Not
if she
under-
kept her husband
Yeah,
bought
she
that car.
kept.
Them
And I'm
lights
telling
made me
weird
think
because
that.
when my husband get in the car, he's like, I don't want to drive this car. It has young woman car. Because
A girl
it's like
car.
they looking like that's a girl car. And I mean, I have people who come up to me and say, your husband must really be keeping you. And I tell them, no, I am a kept woman of God,
Yes.
and I am being kept by God.
Yes.
Therefore, my husband knows exactly how to keep me.
All right. Say that.
And that's what's so, girl, that's what's so hard because I think in this day and age as women, we naturally have that nurturing, caring spirit. You know, that 1 Corinthians 13, we all ride or die. We don't care to ride or die. We don't ask where we're going. If we're going to eat anytime soon, we just ride.
We just going.
And just die, girl.
Like, let's go.
Somebody said next time they get in a relationship, they ain't ride and die. They just go Netflix and chill.
Now, see, you said Netflix and chill. Let me tell you a story. My husband, we will have been married for 5 years, and he lived in Indianapolis at the time. So we dated long distance.
Okay.
Our date night was every Friday. And you know what it was? It was Netflix. And so, and some people are like, oh, that's corny. But let me
No,
tell you,
it's not.
no,
See, I am
said,
such a
let me tell you,
romantic.
I'm going to get this right. I'm going to get this right, because we're going to get to know each other.
Yes,
It's not going to be about the physical. It's not going to be about the physical. And he had to look good. I'm telling you.
Hey, you got standards now, okay?
But let me tell you. He would get a movie. I would get the same movie. We would count. He would probably be dying if I'm telling you.
Yeah.
We would count. We go 1, 2, 3, hit that button.
Yeah.
And we would watch the same movie. I would have my Twizzlers, hot tamales, whatever I was drinking, and that was how we stayed connected.
I know.
That's beautiful.
And so when people say, well,
Yes.
how you do that? That's what we did because we built that relationship. First of all, it was trust. I know what I've been praying for. And my thing is, sometimes we pray for certain things, and when it comes before us, you're like, Lord, I didn't pray for that. No, be specific because I prayed for what I wanted. God gave me all of that and some.
And you can't tell me.
And all that some, I wasn't like, I couldn't say, Lord, I didn't ask for that.
He hooked you up, girl.
He said, look, this is what I gave you what you asked for and some.
Yep. You
So
got the
you're
deal.
going to work it all together.
Yeah.
Amen.
And I love me some Alan. That's my husband.
Hey, Ellen, shout out to Alan. What up?
Shout out to Alan.
And see, it's so crazy because You typically when we have people come through here, we have do research, but you just show light. You just so right. You just know.
We don't have to ask no questions.
Right, we didn't even have to ask no questions because you just have this light that obviously you know that it's God that is doing something.
It's nothing but God
That's
because
right.
I know where I was.
Yeah.
And those who know me, who've been around me,
Mm-hmm.
they're like, no, that Rochinda was the quiet one.
Yeah.
I was sneaky now. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
I was sneaky. But the lifestyle I have, the journey I'm on, this is not something that I said, okay, I'm going to write a book.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to coach. Okay, I'm be considered an influencer. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to do a conference. I ran a boutique for 8 years, women apparel.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, that was just a place so I can talk to women about life after death.
Yes,
Period.
ma'am.
And so I never even sat down and said, okay, because some people say, well, how do you feel? I'm like, I feel normal.
Yeah.
I feel normal. I just say, God, thank you, Lord.
Yeah.
Because I know this is not me. For me to be here, this is not me.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, okay, Lord, here I am.
Wherever you need me to go next.
And the thing is, it's like, who can you take with you?
Yeah.
Who can you empower? Who can you inspire?
Yes.
Who can you say, come on, sister, let me tell you how good God is.
Especially in our community. It's
Right.
so important. I think we tend to keep wisdom, and especially our younger generation. Back in the day, you can sit down with your grandma and she can talk to you for hours
Right.
and give you this and that.
Give
and
you the
this.
wisdom.
Yes, but now I think, a lot of us already feel grown, but then a lot of, older people feel like it's a lost cause.
And it's not a lost cause.
Thank you.
It's not a lost cause.
Thank you.
And my thing is, like I say, my mess wasn't for me. It was so you can say, you know what? Rochinda's all right. And she's talking about God. And I'm like, let me show you. Instead of passing judgment on someone or saying, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, I know what you're going through.
Right.
I've been there. But let me just show you where I am now. But let me remind you, I've been there.
Yeah.
And that route is not good. That's not going to give you the freedom that you desire. That's not going to give you the freedom that God said, look, trust me. And I tell people, trust him. I'm like, I ain't going to beat you up over the head. I'm just going to say, okay, when you're ready, come to me.
Believe that.
Oh, yeah.
From being kept to being kept. And then we have another book here called Picking Up the Pieces. Now, what is this book about?
Picking Up the Pieces. Picking Up the Pieces, that is a collaboration.
Okay.
And it is 13 authors.
That's dope.
This book here is From Tragedy to Triumph. And what we did is we pulled in other authors that had a story to tell.
Yeah.
And we had the same common denominator. The only way our life changed is because of God.
Wow.
So we have, let me tell you a few of the chapters because you'll be like, what? If I can get to it. We have sisters in this book. Beyond Fears, Live Freedom. That was me. Beyond Fears, Live Freedom. So
Amen.
Then we have First Step. What does it take to take that first step? That chapter was written by Dr. Teresa Wesley. What does it look like?
Man.
Then we have Silent Affliction. Shakira Rodriguez. The thing about this sister is she didn't believe in God.
At
all. Period.
Yeah.
You got to read the story.
Okay.
Because you like, she had her own silent affliction. Then we had Paralyzed. Marsha Akabasharan. She went through some stuff and she was paralyzed, not able to move forward. And then it's like, okay, Lord. So this is showing you how you pick up the pieces and move forward. Then we had Divine Instructions. Divine Instructions is God has told her exactly what to do. He told her that years ago, but she didn't listen.
Waited.
Divine Instructions.
I get tired again.
That's all me right there. That's my chapter.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Check this out. What happens when your glass has been shattered? That chapter was written by my baby girl, Andrea Chisholm. When she lost her dad, her glass was shattered.
Yeah.
She had to put it on paper.
Yeah.
This is what happens, and how she described it was like a mosaic. these pieces is all broken. You put it all together, and what do you have?
A mosaic is still
Oh,
beautiful.
beautiful. And my
Still
daughter
beautiful.
is shining.
Oh,
She is shining.
lovely.
See.
I love it.
You know, Love Struck. How
Jesus.
this particular
That's probably
sister.
my chapter.
Wait a minute. Let me tell you about Love
That's
Struck.
probably my
Struck.
chapter.
Well, this sister here, when she shared her story, she was dating on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
You're so love struck, somebody took advantage of her. Because we want to go on the internet. We want to surf, and you think everybody is who they say.
Somebody
And they not who they supposed to be.
Catfishing.
The way you post ain't who you are.
So you got to tell me what catfishing is. I don't know.
When they pretending they
Oh,
one
okay.
person and they
Yeah.
somebody else when you messing with someone on the internet.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have tell it until you heard. You know, so many times you have all these stories and somebody else is telling you one thing
Mm-hmm.
and you know what's going on
Within
in your life.
yourself.
Right.
Yep.
God said, look, you're going to keep telling that story until they hear it.
Yes.
Don't be somebody telling you something else is wrong with you. That ain't what's wrong with you. You keep telling them this is what's going on with me.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have My Date with Purpose. That was with Michelle Gines. Michelle Gines is the publisher of Purpose Publishing.
Purpose
And
publishing.
then
I've
she-
got both of my books. Yeah.
And then she wrote in it. That's dope.
Yes,
That's real dope.
that is real
Yeah.
cool.
Then you have Life After Death. Create your own elegance. Reroute. That means
Reroute.
your life has been all over the place.
Mhm.
God rerouted
Got to
it
put you back on track.
Back on track. And then Finding Yourself. Finding Yourself is written by my son, Daryl Chisholm.
Oh, beautiful.
And some of the stuff that he put in here, I didn't even know it existed until I read it.
Yeah.
Because when he lost his dad, he had to find himself.
Yeah.
He went through all of this stuff, and finally it's like, I had to find out who
Who
Daryl
I,
Chisholm
yeah,
was.
just me, myself.
Beautiful.
Okay, well, that's another
beautiful.
one I'm going to have to read.
Yes.
So, like, I don't book club.
Right. Because
Yeah.
we got a lot of books now.
Look, we can do a book club, and I tell you what book you read first. This one
Ah,
right here, we got
Being kept
discussion
to being
questions.
kept.
Okay.
All right,
I'm
I'm going to have to tell my friend.
Oh yeah.
Well, we are about to wrap this up here.
Oh, it was
It's been oh my
It
gosh.
didn't
30,
even seem
35
like it though. And that's how you know when you're talking to great, just amazing people.
Yes.
Like it's what they say. It's not what they say about hard work. Is when it's fun.
It's not work. Because I eat and drink kept woman of God.
Do you, girl?
It's
I need.
that's my
I'm
life.
just beautiful like
That's
that.
my life. And
Yeah.
my thing is,
Well, we got
it's
goals.
not work. It's
Mm.
not work.
Yeah, especially when you're doing it for the Lord.
And I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. I'm like, come on, y'all. Come on and
You
help me.
okay?
Come on and come to the conference. www.keptwomanofgod.
Hey!
.com.
Release and reset once again, y'all. April 5th to the 6th, 2019. United Believers Community Church, 5800 East 112th Terrace. Casey Mo, 64137. Vendors Lunch, Praise Party, and so much more.
Yes.
KeptWomanOfGod.com, you guys.
Ow.
Come out and see Rochinda and all
Yes, these
of our Kept
amazing women. Shoes.
at this conference. Now,
Sheesh.
don't forget, we got From Being Kept to Being Kept. We have this lovely bestseller book. And where can they purchase this?
They can go to www.keptwomanofgod.com and they can also purchase it on Amazon.
All right. And we also have Picking Up the Pieces as well, a collaboration story from
I'm gonna have to
tragedy
get this
to
face
triumph, y'all, to faith to freedom. So you guys got, I don't know if I got this right. You guys got to check this out. Y'all need to check this out, okay?
Seriously, check them
Check
out.
this
Check
out.
out also
These are going to be for you
purposepublishing.com.
and her.
Oh, thank you, Jesus.
Yay!
You know what? This is what I need to do for the rest of my vacation. Read, because I got
Read
a
on,
couple
girl.
of books.
Get your read
Oh,
on.
and can you sign them for us,
I will.
please?
Yes,
Okay,
will.
please,
thank you.
please.
I
All
will.
right,
Thank
y'all.
you so much, Miss Pickens, for
Thank
coming
you
through.
all for having
Girl,
me.
anytime.
Holla at us.
Yes. And shout out to
Thank
y'all, our listeners. Thank you so much for keeping up with
Yes.
us. Follow all the socials.
All
It's
of
the
'em.
same across the board.
Mhm.
NITEHYPE
Mhm.
show.com.
Hey!
I bid you adieu.
Bye, everybody.
Ow.
Till next time.